Welcome to the Den at Waukee Northwest High School. Andy Pollack, Ed Brogan here with you tonight as we get set with the number one team in Class 5A, Waukee Northwest. The Wolves getting ready to entertain Ankeny Centennial, the number 4 team in Class 5A. So a big matchup going on here tonight with a couple teams that saw each other just 3 days ago. How do you adjust in volleyball to play a team that you just played 3 days ago?
Well, I don't think that these coaches are very much strangers to one another at all. I think being able to play 2 days ago, having one practice really to adjust, it'll take a little bit, but there's a lot of talent on both sides. I think that, see them this weekend, just made some adjustments that she needed to in that championship match, and I think she'll be ready to get her team going for tonight.
As we look out over the squad right now, Waukee Northwest warming up, the number one team in Class 5A for a reason. They are loaded this year, and it starts, everything runs through their senior setter, and that is the coach's daughter, Avery Vogt. And Avery is just, we've seen her play for a long time, and she really has a strong leadership role out there, and she provides a lot of athleticism from that setter spot as well.
Absolutely. She's done a really good job so far this season, especially on Saturday, distributing the ball to the pins, getting her middles involved, really showcasing her IQ at that setter position.
And she certainly has some good pins to get it to. She has her sister Logan Vogt on the outside. She's got Leah Janulevitz. There we go. I'm going to get that right by the end of the night. She's both of those Division I athletes. As Logan is heading to Iowa State in 2 years. She's just a junior right now. Leah heading to Drake in 2 years as a defensive specialist, libero as well in 2 years. But then also the big addition on this team over the last couple of years has been the rise of Piper Ladwig on the right side.
Yes, she's coming up. She was a softball player, moved volleyball player, fell in love with the game, and it just blossomed tremendously between her freshman and sophomore year. Really using her explosive abilities, using her height to her advantage, and really shut down a lot of the state's outsides, primary big outsides. So we saw a lot of that this past weekend.
We'll talk more about the Jaguars and have the starting lineups when we come back after this on the Central Iowa Sports Network. It's the Wolves and the Jags coming your way next.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
Employee Pricing Plus at DeArmond Automotive, Knoxville. 2025 Ram 1500s with up to $15,000 off. Incredible offers on the 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee with up to $9,000 off. And new Jeep Wranglers with up to $8,500 off. And save on a new Chevy Silverado 1500 with over $12,000 off. Employee Pricing Plus. Save big now at DeArmond Automotive in Knoxville, Iowa.
Hi, I'm Chris from Fireplace Superstore. Outdoor furniture season is here and we've got you covered with the best selection in Central Iowa. We're featuring Poly Furniture by Berlin Gardens. Once you've seen the fit, finish, quality, and materials of Berlin Gardens Poly Furniture, it makes everything else look like it was built in somebody's backyard. We also have Iowa's best selection of aluminum, wicker, wrought iron, cushion, and sling. Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homemakers at 109th and Douglas.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
You are looking live at the Den at Waukee Northwest High School. Andy Pollock, Ed Brogan here tonight with the number 4 Ankeny Centennial Jaguars here in town to take on Waukee Northwest. The Wolves, they were the runners-up in the state a year ago, and they are now ranked number 1, ready to go and loaded again for this year. Centennial is going to want to have something to say about it here as we go on throughout the evening. It's time to head down to our public address announcer for tonight's starting lineups.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Northwest High School for tonight's 5A volleyball matchup between the Centennial Jaguars and the Northwest Wolves. Let's meet the lineups for both teams. First, the non-starters for Centennial. Number 1, Bailey Snyder. Number 3, Anna Vanderholt. Number 4, Laura Bacchus. Number 11, Patty Riz. Number 13, Kelly Harrison. Number 6, Lydia Burrell. Number 7, Hannah Persky. Number 12, Anna Bells. Now the starters for the Jaguars. 5'2" senior libero, number 2, Mike J. Butters. 5'8" junior, number 5, Ellie Pollock. 5'8" sophomore, number 6, Caitlin Reinhardt. 5'11" junior, number 7, Tatum Schmidt. 5'10" senior, number 9, Maddie Ott. And a 6'1" senior, number 16, Sophia Peter. The Jaguars Sir Alphonse and Claire Rampton. Now the starters for your Northwest Wolves. About 19, number 1, Leah Janulewicz. 5'10", junior, number 3, London Taylor. This is what's sophomore, number 4, Avery Gordis. 5'11" senior, number 5, Avery Hope. A 6'2" junior, number 9, Logan Hope. A 6'1" junior, number 10, President Danberg. A 6'4" junior, number 11, Carter Landway. Head coach of the Wolves, Jody Hope, assisted by Julie Stanton, Caitlin Raffart, Annie Walker, and Francis Tedeschi. Officials for tonight's contest: pitcher Peter Cruz, pitcher John Mao. On the lines is Allison Pond and Chris Lynch. After you direct your attention to the flag, as we honor our country and this flag by playing the national anthem.
A great crowd on hand here tonight, both from Northwest and from Centennial. Should make for a fun atmosphere in the gym as we get set to go. The Jaguars, the visiting team tonight on the scoreboard. They will head out there with Maya Leigh Butters, the 4-year starting libero. Also, Ellie Pollock, Kaylin Reinhardt, Tatum Schmidt, Maddie Ott, Megan Cheeseman, and Sophie Heather round up the starting lineup for the Jags. Heather will be starting in the middle as we look over at the home team tonight. They'll be on the right side. Waukee Northwest, both teams in black tonight, but Waukee Northwest is on the right side as you look at the screen. They're out there with Piper Ladwig as well as Cassidy Danberg. Also sitting out there with Logan Vogt, Avery Cortis, and let's see who else they've got out there. Leah Janulevitz and London Taylor, the libero. I think I got everybody in there. So we got the Jags on the left and the Wolves on the right. And if there's one thing I've learned, Ed, over watching volleyball, not nearly as long as you have, is you got to ride the waves. There's a lot of emotions that go into the game of volleyball.
Oh, absolutely. Every point counts. Every point matters. Having a memory when you make a mistake, having a memory to forget it right away, super important. Game of volleyball is based on a game of runs. As a coach, we talk about having those mini 3 runs, mini 5-game point runs throughout each set to try to close out.
Megan Cheeseman, the 6'2 senior setter, gets to choose between balls as we get set to go here tonight. And she will open up the serving for the Jaguars. Immediately goes to the back row. They're going to go right in the middle. Big swing there from Janulevitz. And the Wolves get the first point of the night right through the middle. Janulevitz will go back to serve. Gets her signal from head coach Jody Vogt. Good pass up there by Reinhardt. They're going to go on the middle again, and the Jags get a kill from the middle. So both teams using some pins to run their offense through the middle to get things started.
Yes, and I'm looking for both teams to work and focus on some of that steadiness in their serve receive. I think we talk about for volleyball, whichever team wins that serve pass game is usually the one that comes out on top.
Jaguars will send Ellie Pollock back to serve. Bailey Snyder checks in the outside hitter spot. Pollock floats one over. London Taylor with a beautiful dart that she drops. They go to Ladwig over top of the block. I think either might have got a hand on it. Going to go to Snyder, rolls one through and drops it down. And the Jags are out-heighted by a lot tonight, but it's going to take some of those well-placed roll shots to get some points here.
Yes, I think up at that block, what I'd be looking for is just getting more of those touches, popping those balls up, giving those hitters another opportunity to swing on their side.
Pollock set to serve once again, goes at Taylor in the back. Again, a great pass up. And Vogt, and it's tipped off the block of Heather and out of bounds. And 2-2 as we send London Taylor back to serve for the Wolves. Waukee Northwest student section showed up in force tonight. Taylor, the left-handed serve, and sends that one long. Very aggressive servers. We've seen that through the years from Northwest. They get a lot of aces in that one. Floats just a little bit far, and that'll send Leigh Butters back to serve. Leigh Butters has been steady Eddie in this Centennial lineup as a libero for 4 years. Not a sport in the CIML that you get a lot of 4-year starters, but she's had a great one, and she sends her serve long. So teams trade missed serves. As Ladwig will go to the back row, and she'll be actually subbed out for with Anna Peltz. 5'7", the second senior, one of 2 seniors on this Northwest squad, Avery Vogt being the other. Peltz, nice short serve, goes right at the outside hitter. Snyder got some backspin on that. It sounded like she slapped it, a changeup coming off the hand.
Definitely didn't look like she meant to do that.
Sometimes those are the best.
Yep, catching those passers off guard.
Peltz will tee one up again. That's, I think, more what she was trying to do, but a great pass from Snyder on the right side. Great dig in the back again by Taylor. Jags ready for the dump, going on the right side again. A little tip there from Schmidt. Nice job by Cortis to pick it up, and then the miss hit by Vogt, and the Jags tie it up at 4.
Yeah, I felt like Waukee was a little bit slow in that transition on that play, but I think Tatum's doing a great job of seeing the court, making sure that those hitters don't get an opportunity to transition off that net, especially Logan, who's that other ISU recruit outside of Piper.
Tatum Schmidt gets the Wolves to pass from the back row. Big swing and put right on the line. Great spot there by Avery Cortis. I didn't see who got the second touch there from Northwest, but it's a good job. I'll get an out-of-system ball set right over here. And 5-4 Northwest with Logan Vogt back to serve. Targets Pollock in the middle, in the back. They're going to go in the middle to Cheeseman, and she hits it long as well. Got under that one. And it's now 6-4 Northwest. Cheeseman and Schmidt will do the bulk of the setting. Well, they'll do all the setting for the Jaguars, and the offense that they run allows both of them to be on the floor a lot and hit a lot. As Le Butters can't handle that serve, and Northwest on a run right now, and the Jaguars can't afford to get too far behind in one of these, and especially not off serves.
Right, we're seeing a little bit of the passing breakdown on the Centennial side. We'll look for that to clean up as we move through this set.
Another out-of-system ball here for the Jaguars. Pollock going to push it over from the back row. And a little roll shot coming there from Janulevitz. Jags go back out to Snyder. She drops a roll shot in. Great effort there. They keep it up, and that's the fourth hit. Bailey Snyder knocks that one down again, getting a little bit crafty on the outside.
Yep. With these balls being out of system and having such a big block on the other side of the net, Centennial is going to have to find ways to use those hands, find those spots on the court to start earning some of those points back.
Kaylin Reinhardt, coach's daughter for Centennial, serves and rifled right back and into the net. Joust at the net, and a big kill from Maddie Ott for the Jaguars. Maddie Ott, one of a bunch of multi-sport athletes out on the court for both teams right now. Ott actually a Division I softball player, a very unique combination that is made up here on the volleyball court. You do not see, especially in the CIML, a whole lot of volleyball-softball combos. We'll talk more about the multi-sport athletes as we go through the night, because Waukee Northwest has a bunch of them as well. Kaylin Reinhardt, another one of the multi-sporters for Centennial, very talented track runner, and I suppose you could consider beach volleyball to be her other sport. She's nationally ranked in beach volleyball as she ties it up at 7. Goes back to serve once again and hits that one into the net. On the other side, you look at the Vogt sisters, and Avery Vogt, one of those that I had to talk to her mom over the summer. I didn't know if she's going to go D1 in volleyball or track. She had opportunities in both.
Yeah, she's definitely a great sprinter. I've been fortunate to be able to watch her too. And then you also have Janulevitz, that's that basketball. She got that track and volleyball as well.
Logan Vogt, another good track runner and very talented on the basketball court. So
very much.
It's great to see these multi-sport athletes, and obviously volleyball at the top for a lot of them, but that's not what everything depends on. They're able to get everything out there, and that also tells you they are competitors. As Nora Bacchus in to serve for the Jaguars. Through the middle, Vogt powers it down through the block and gets the kill. Logan Vogt with her second kill of the night, and it's 9-8 Northwest. Avery Vogt now back to serve. Ladwig back into the front row for Northwest. Bacchus going to go on the outside to Pollock. Little roll shot covered right there by Vogt. Now to Ladwig. Now on the right side, Cheeseman. Nice dig by Taylor. Quick set at the net. They keep it in. And nice redirection of things by Northwest, but it does go out of bounds. Very tough to react to that on defense. Tied at 9 here in game number 1. Best of 5 on this Tuesday night from the northwest side of Waukee. They're going at Taylor in the back row. Little slide blocked up and dug up by Bacchus. Keeps it alive. Vogt comes on the outside. Janulevitz dug up and blocked once again. Jags going to go to Pollock on the outside. Vogt right there to tap it up. Taylor. Janulevitz roll shot. Bacchus there for it. Right side, Schmidt. Again, Taylor's right there. Going in the middle. Vogt hammers it down. Cheeseman right there. A little tip there from Pollock at the net, and the Jags win the rally, and it's 10-9.
What some great defense that we were just showcased there. You can see that both teams are settling really nicely, getting the ball control back under their feet, making some great plays.
Jags really working that end line on the serve. Powerful kill there by Ladwig. Knocks over the Centennial filming system on the end line. 10-10. This top 4 matchup has lived up to its billing as Janulevitz goes back to serve. Gets quiet as Leah goes back there to serve it. Goes at Reinhardt. Keeping things on the outside. Pollock. Taylor, another great dig in the back. Now they go to Vogt, and Vogt powers it through the block once again. Jags a little bit late getting there on the block, and you cannot be late against Logan Vogt. As Janie Levitz goes back to serve once again. She had a nice little run the first time she was in to serve today. Back and forth so far in this one. Floats that one at Pollock. Good pass up. Back row to Reinhardt. Janie Levitz on the outside. Ladwig, 10-foot line, straight down. No chance for reaction, in rhythm from Vogt.
Yeah, give credit where credit's due a little bit. I think sometimes these middles don't get the love. She did a great job of holding her middle blocker to keep that seam open for Ladwig to pound that down to the 10-foot line.
12-10 Northwest at Reinhardt. Heather on the slide, tries to go cross court. Janie Levitz right there for it. Then down in the middle, and Jags all out of sorts in the back row. A kill there from Danberg. And the Jaguars want a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well and be back right after this. This is the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Employee Pricing Plus at the Yarmouth Automotive Knoxville. 2025 Ram 1500s with up to $15,000 off. Incredible offers on the 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee with up to $9,000 off. And new Jeep Wranglers with up to $8,500 off. And save on a new Chevy Silverado 1500 with over $12,000 off. Employee Pricing Plus. Save big now at the Yarmouth Automotive in Knoxville, Iowa.
Janie Levitz continues her serving streak. Jags go in the middle. Heather tries to push it across the court, and it goes out of bounds. And Janie Levitz has now served 4 in a row. This game was tied at 10. Northwest has rattled off 4 straight. Flexing a little bit here midway through game number 1. That one goes long, kills the rally, and the Jags will take the serve back over. Bailey Snyder checks back into the game as Pollock heads back to serve. It's been a game of reactions. Kind of wouldn't call it necessarily clean, a lot of sloppy play, but fun play as these teams battle back and forth. They go on the outside, blocked over there by Heather. Going to come back and out of bounds off the pass, and it's 14-12 Northwest. Sophie Heather, one of the leading blockers in Class 5A, got her paws on that one, and she's the one that the Jags are going to need a big game out of tonight. Waiting on a ball here. Pollock back to serve once again. Tries to leave that one short, but Taylor gets right up to it. Vogt with a little tip. That's dirty when Logan Vogt can power it and tip it. They go to Snyder on the outside. Taylor again has been all over the back row for Northwest. Vogt tries to go to a roll shot once again. Hasn't been able to connect on those yet tonight. 14-13 Jaguars. These two teams over the last couple regular seasons have had some absolutely epic battles. Pollock floats up one at Vogt. They go on the right side, and all Nora Bacchus can do is Piper Ladwig takes a big swing is protect her face.
Right, so that's where the situation gets tough. What I see that the Centennial Jaguars are doing is they're trying to get Logan Vogt out of system so she can't hit the ball, but then you have Piper sitting on the other pin. You know, we get that good pass that opens up the offense.
London Taylor back to serve. Bacchus, good pass up. Jags in the middle. Heather, but Taylor once again, it's kept alive and it comes over the net. Good scrappiness by Northwest. Jags on the right side. Schmidt again, Taylor. She's got everything in the back row. Down through the middle, a little miss hit. Kept alive, Cheeseman. And it's pushed over by Bacchus. Great effort in the back, but Janie Levitz had gone across the net. Sloppy points, but that's pretty much the only chance tonight. You're going to see the Jaguars try to play sloppy. They're not going to play a clean match and have Northwest. You can't go toe-to-toe with Northwest and the talent they've got.
I mean, say what you want about the ball control, about the hustle on the court, keeping those balls alive. I mean, that's what's going to help. That's what's been helping them stay in this game.
Maya Leigh Butters. Northwest passing has been really good so far tonight as that ball comes over from Vogt. Now Snyder on the outside. Miss hit. It's tipped, they say. Not sure it was. That ball again, Northwest just getting their hands on everything right now. Vote to Vote, powered through and off the block, out of bounds. Northwest now takes a 16-14 lead. Anna Pelz back in the game for Northwest. She'll serve. Fun matchup so far. Pelz puts it right on the line, goes across the court. Perfect placement there from Anna Pelz.
That's tough. The trajectory of that serve looked like it was going to go out of bounds wide.
Kind of fell off the table as it looked to be sailing.
It dropped right out from underneath that ball.
Pelz now throws a dart this time, and ball up out of the net. It goes over and out of bounds, and now it's 18-14. Northwest starting to pull away here in set number 1. And they have kept the Jags off balance, actually a lot more with their serving than anything else so far here tonight. They go at Snyder once again. Good pass there in the middle, and Ott goes to her left hand. Now on the outside to Vote. Powers it through, but the Jags all over it. In the middle, Pollock, little roll. Nice dig there by Janulevitz. The dump is covered, and nobody there for the Jaguars as Schmidt has to push it over. Out of system ball coming up for Vote. Vote slaps it down and puts it on the end line. Logan Vote loves to go cross court, and that throws off your rhythm on defense because that ball's up in the air a lot longer than it feels like it should be.
It's hanging. You got to make sure that from a blocking perspective that you're hanging on, or that you're waiting enough time to get up in the air and time that block with that hitter, and allowing your defense enough time to make the adjustment and get behind that ball.
That ball does go out of bounds. That's what it looked like the first one that Pelz took a shot at was going to do. That one did not drop off, though, off the float. And that'll bring up Tatum Schmidt to serve for the Jaguars. Northwest has spread that ball all over the court on their attacks. Pelz goes to Vote in the middle. Vote. What a dig by Maya Leigh Butters. Jags going to pass over the free ball. Vote on the outside. Vote once again and hammers it through the block in the third kill of the night for Logan Vote. Just so powerful there from her outside hitter spot. Comes from a very, very, very athletic family, not just her mom, Jody. And an ace serve for Northwest, starting to pull away here in set number 1. It was 15-14 not too long ago. As Vote heads back to serve once again. Goes at Leigh Butters. Schmidt on the outside. Snyder. Good dig. Vote goes for the dump. I'm not even sure you call that a dump. I know that's what you call a setter hit, but didn't
great
get all
spot,
of it.
Great spot.
She was looking right at it. And Vote, I'm pretty sure, is not even a lefty, but she attacked that with her left hand and just slapped it across the court. Makes these Northwest Wolves so difficult to defend as Logan Vote back to serve again into the actually catches the net, goes over, and nothing the Jags can do about it right now. It's 23-15. Logan Vote is on a heater. This was anybody's matchup through about the first 15 points, but Waukee Northwest has flexed their number 1 muscle right now. As that time Vote thought that's what was going to happen on the point before. It's now 23-16 as Kaylin Reinhart checks back in to serve for the Jaguars. Vote pops that one up. Avery back to get it. They go to Janulevitz on the roll shot. Nobody there for the Jaguars. Finds the campfire. And set point number 1 here for the Wolves as Avery Cordes will go back to serve. Cordes, we've seen a year ago as a freshman, can absolutely elevate out of the gym. Didn't get as much back row action. Here she is serving on the first set point. Mattiot rejected. Cheeseman going to go to Reinhart from the back row. Dig up there by Vote. Janulevitz, again, the dig by Reinhart. Big swing by Ott, but it just comes right back to her. Now they're going to go to Reinhart in the back row again, and she pushes it through the block.
That's a great point for Centennial to be able to start building some confidence. Whatever happens through this set, build some confidence going into the next set. That's the first time I think I've seen their middle get set in a while. start building off of that, using that middle, open up your pins a little bit, make those blockers on the other side start guessing where they're going.
Northwest on the slide. Portis, great dig by Reinhardt, but the Jags can't get it up, and Northwest takes set number 1, 25-17 in this best of 5 here tonight. We'll be back with set number 2 after this. It's the Jags and the Wolves on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
They're over there. Why don't you bring them over here?
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V-Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand, custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Getting ready to start set number 2. Taking a look at some of the stats for the hometown Northwest Wolves. Logan Vogt led the team in kills with 6 of them in that first set. Piper Ladwig with 3. Avery Vogt, 12 assists. With London Taylor, we talked about being all over the back row. 8 digs in that first set tonight.
That's
it just
incredible.
felt like she was everywhere the Jags tried to put the ball.
That is incredible. That's incredible. So usually you see those defensive players, those libero positions averaging 4 to 5 being good. Seeing 8 and 1, that's pretty fantastic.
And you talk about, at first glance, when you see Northwest, you're looking at the front row talent, and you talk about the setter with Vogt, but you're talking about Ladwig and Vogt and Janie Levitz. Talking about them, but they've got some really good back-end players as well.
For sure. I think, we said earlier that, middles don't get a whole lot of credit, don't get a whole lot of love, but you also have that in your DSs, that your hitters that are putting the balls away and your setters distributing, they're the ones that get most notice. But what I'm seeing on both sides so far is they're both playing pretty scrappy. I think what the difference is right now is that Centennial just needs to clean up some of that ball control off the service team. They start cleaning up that pass a little bit, being able to use more options. That's going to open up the game for them a lot more and give Northwest a little bit more of a challenge.
Centennial doesn't have some of the terminal hitters they've had in the past, but they do have a very good back end and some very good defense in front with blocking. And that's going to be how they win their games this year. Another aggressive serve from Northwest, and it means a free ball coming over for the Jaguars. Tight pass and into the net was Vogt, and the Jaguars take the first point of set number 2. The tight pass sent Avery Vogt into the standard, and that'll bring Kaylin Reinhardt in to serve. Tough serve there by Reinhardt. Looked like it might be an overpass coming, and somehow the ball gets popped back over the net by Ladwig. In the middle they go, and it's dug up again by Avery Vogt this time. Big swing by Janie Levitz. Pollock digs it up. Now in the middle, Heather tries to power it through, but it's blocked back down by Danberg. And coming through with a kill again this time is Danberg. Janie Levitz goes back to serve, and Megan Cheeseman wants to go over and ask about Northwest being over the net. We've got a pretty good vantage point on it from up here, and that ball has to be entirely over the net. And that's a very tough call to make because there's a lot of leeway there.
It is tough because you also have a back row setter and trying to make that determination that is subjective on whether or not, was she above the plane when she pushed that ball over, or even though she was trying to set the ball.
Sophie Heather off the tip, powers it back with two hands. Sophie Heather comes from a very athletic family as well. Her uncle was Nick Collison, if that name rings a bell, had a long career with the Oklahoma City Thunder.
I did not know that.
Probably watching.
That's fantastic.
Probably watching tonight. Tight pass again, but man, right there, Ladwig, there's a lot of margin for error if you don't get a perfect set. And that time the tight pass took the set nearly into the net again. Vogt did a great job to keep it out of there. 2-2 as London Taylor heads back to serve. Reinhardt, nice pass. They go to Ott, and Ott powers it through the block. Looking at that first set, the Jaguars as a team only had 6 kills. It kind of gives you an idea of what that first set went like. It wasn't so much their points came from hitting errors and other just scrappy points that they got, as a big kill there on the edge from Jania Levitz. Only hit 148 as a team in that first set. 3-3 our score as Anna Pelds heads back to serve. And she hits that one. She's really working that corner.
She's going farther and farther to the right.
She was able to drop one on the line earlier. Ellie Pollock now heads back to serve. 4-3, Jags in the lead here in set number 2. Passed up, they're going to go on the outside. There to Cordes. Jags try to push one to the edge, nothing there. Vogt goes to Vogt. Miley Butters, and that ball was reached over the net there by Cordes, and the Jags are going to get that point to take their biggest lead of the night so far at 5-3. That one was over the net.
That was definitely over. She got a little too excited.
Pollock back to serve once again. Gonna go at Pelds in the back row, and a big swing there goes right through by Vogt once again. And Logan Vogt is starting to heat up. The Jags, when they had her trying to tip the ball, it was a lot easier, but now she is swinging hard with a lot of confidence. She goes back to serve. She went on a long serving streak earlier. Leigh Butters keeps that one tight in the middle. And Ott swings back at it again, and it's now 5-5. This is that part of the rotation, which is interesting. You're looking at having your top 2 hitters out of the front row, but this is where Waukee Northwest has made hay tonight. Tells you just how deep this team is.
They really are, and Avery's a very active setter too. I mean, she's going to be an offensive threat for you, whether she's swinging at the ball or using that setter dump option, which keeps, again, keeping the blockers honest.
Not sure if Northwest is out of order right now, but they're checking the scorecard over at the bench right now. Trying to get things ironed out as our official goes back through everything. And also another one of Jody's daughters is down there. Coach Vogt's daughters is down there running that scorecard. Are the Jags? Well, the Jags wouldn't be. Jags aren't serving right now, so it wouldn't have anything to do with the wrong server, but they've come over to talk to Jess Reinhardt about how things are lined up. So it's something with the Jaguar lineup at the moment that they're discussing. Not sure if there was a substitution that didn't get recorded or someone's out of order. It's too late to go back and take any points away. Unfortunately, we're too far away right now to know exactly what the conversation is. These two teams, likely regardless of the outcome tonight, are very likely when the new IGHSAU rankings come out on Thursday, likely to be ranked 1 and 2 because Northwest number 1. Number 2 team was Pleasant Valley. They finished, they didn't make the semifinals of the Centennial tournament on Saturday. Waukee They were ranked number 3. They did not make the semifinals of the tournament. They got beat out by Ankeny, who then the Jaguars beat. And it's all that early season jockeying. Things will change a bunch through the year, but these rankings are important because you want to be near the top all the way through. It's a lot easier to stay at the top in these rankings than it is to work your way back up into them.
Absolutely. I mean, playing in the CIML alone is tough. You typically have, 6 or 7 teams in the top 10, top 15. So each Tuesday night they come out here, it's a battle.
Off the serve, Ott blocked once again. They continue to try to run through the middle with Ott, but might be time to go somewhere else because every time they do, Avery Cordes all over it. 6-5, Logan Vogt now has served 3 in a row. She's been deadly from the back tonight. Goes at Leigh Butters. Overpass, brought in, and that ball sails. Somehow Schmidt was able to keep it on this side. And now Northwest has taken the 7-5 lead. Passed up, they're going to go on the right side now. Cheeseman and puts that one long, no touch. And Northwest flexing a little bit with Logan Vogt in the back row. A lot of hitting errors for the Jags, and we are going to take another break. Back right after this, set number 2 on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Employee pricing plus extra DeArmond discounts at DeArmond Ford. New 2024 F-150s with over $20,000 off. Get a new Ford Bronco with $9,000 off plus 3.9% for 72 months. New Bronco Sports on sale for $37,990 plus 3.9% for 72 months. And new Super Duties with $10,000 off. Extra discounts on top of employee pricing. Only at DeArmond Ford, Indianola.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get...
Back in action, somebody was in the net, nothing called as they set it up and dug up by Leigh Butters. On the outside, Snyder pounds it through and the ball stayed up. Nice hustle on the backside from Northwest. Out on the tip, dug up by Taylor. Back row attack, Vogt puts it long.
That's some great defensive effort. That's a really great movement on the offense, moving the balls into some different tip zones, making Northwest work for that a little bit more, and forcing that error in the back row.
And that ball is wide by Bacchus. The Jags have kind of you can't make errors against Northwest, and the Jags have made it pretty easy for Northwest in the early goings of this set number 2. As Avery Cordes back to serve. Straight down serve. Schmidt to the back row. Snyder hits it through the block and gets the point. 9-7. Cheeseman back to serve. Goes right at Pelds. Good pass up. Janulevitz off the block. Pollock with a dig in the middle. Heather has to tip it over and over the net, reaching right through. Getting the block is Danberg once again. She has been a block machine in this set number 2. Jags trying to run more of their offense through the middle. It is not working right now.
They are. I mean, I like that they're getting the ball up where they need to. I still want to see them, even in the good pass, distributes more to the pins. They started to score there a little bit. They're making it easy on their big middle blockers, especially when you have like Cordes and Danberg that get up there and reach really well.
Man, London Taylor again is everywhere. The Jags are trying to hit it. Blocked back by Heather. They go in the middle. Danberg just goes around the block and puts it down. It doesn't have to be flashy. It's worth a point nonetheless.
I mean, most of these points you're seeing that they're no one's scoring on that first ball. A lot of it's going to be a lot of back and forth in transition type of work, and right now Waukee's just winning that transition battle.
Vogt goes long with the serve. Northwest's aggressive serving is helped them more than it's hurt them tonight, but it's also kind of come at key times for the Jags to kill some rallies. 11-8 Northwest as Kaylin Reinhardt heads back to serve. Taylor again drops one right there, but Heather on the overpass. Great vantage point up here around the track at Northwest to see the trajectory of those balls. Great way to watch a volleyball match as Reinhardt back to serve once again at 11-9. Nice pass up by Vogt. In the middle they go Danberg, power tip covered by Ladwig. And a hit from Ladwig coming back over. Nice pass up by Bacchus. In the middle they go Heather, and Heather tries to go around the block and she can't do it, out of bounds. That middle block has been very intimidating, starting to alter a lot of Jag shots. As Janulevitz heads back to serve. Pollock passes over the free ball. Outside, Ladwig blocked and out of bounds. Tools it. And the other point goes to Northwest. It's 13-9. Janulevitz has helped Northwest go on quite a few runs so far here tonight. And that pass is into the net. Northwest continues to target the outsides of Centennial to take them out, and that's why a lot of these balls have had to go back through everybody else. 14-9 Wolves. Go at Bacchus this time. Set on the outside, Pollock with a tip. Rejected back again by Ladwig. And into the net is Schmidt. And Northwest has absolutely stymied all these attacks the Jaguars have thrown at them. Just showing all the different weapons they have. Bacchus, nice pass. In the middle, Heather. Nice dig again by Taylor. On the outside, Vogt powers it and goes long. No touch. Looked like the ball might have been altered a little bit, nothing called, and without the benefit of replay. You see in college so many times how they can't even see on a replay with 4K cameras right there in the action. It's very tough for officials to see that. You're looking at the change in flight of the ball more than anything else. Maya Leigh Butters with her 101st ace of her career as she picked up number 100 at their home tournament on a Saturday. Jags still hanging around at 15-11. Taylor out to Vogt. Vogt powers it long.
We're seeing that pendulum swing a little bit, right? So you got Waukee that's starting to make a few errors. Now we just got to see Centennial start taking a little more capitalization as she gets an ace.
Another ace by Leigh Butters. And we talked in the pregame about managing your emotions in a game like this, in a set like this. And Waukee Northwest takes their first time out of the night. It's 15-13. Northwest in the lead. We'll be back after this on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Employee pricing plus extra DeArmond discounts at DeArmond Ford. New 2024 F-150s with over $20,000 off. Get a new Ford Bronco with $9,000 off plus 3.9% for 72 months. New Bronco Sports on sale for $37,990 plus 3.9% for 72 months. And new Super Duties with $10,000 off. Extra discounts on top of employee pricing. Only at DeArmond Ford, Indianola.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right.
Coming out of the timeout, Piper Ladwig goes cross court to end the Jaguar rally, and it's 16-13 Northwest with London Taylor holding serve. The lefty goes at Reinhardt, a little overpass, look out, straight down Avery Cordes says, see you later.
That's what they call a birthday ball.
These Northwest hitters are so terminal. You have to err on keeping everything on your side of the net because there's no chance if you go back over the net. Taylor goes at Pollock this time. Nice pass in the middle. Right side, and Schmidt goes through the block.
I like that she changed that up. A lot of those right side attacks have been going down the line, down the 5-6 seam, using that cross court attack and at that center, trying to take Avery Elise out of a setting spot.
Vogt goes with a roll shot right there, though, is Schmidt. Jags back row Reinhardt. Dug up by Taylor once again. Big swing, and Leigh Butters right there for it off the attack from Cordes. Now Pollock tries to roll it through, and right there to get his Janie Lewitz. A little tip, swatted back by Ott. Now on the outside, Vogt. Look out, and Leigh Butters digs it again. That ball's a little close to the net. Pollock has to try to hit it around the antenna and can't do it as she goes to the left hand. Not much else to do with that, and the sloppy out of system point won by Northwest. Pelds back to serve. Leigh Butters is all over the place trying to keep those alive. Big swing by Cheeseman and gets it off the arms of Janie Lewitz.
That is one of the better swings I think I've seen her take all night. Very confident.
That's a weapon when you can have her and Schmidt go all the way around and provides you another setter from anywhere on the floor. Pollock back to serve and puts it on the line for an ace. Jags hanging around. Man, the beginning of this match, it was all Northwest, and the Jags, after a little run by Leigh Butters, kind of going 2 for 1 right now and crawling back into this one.
Yep, they're starting to win a lot of those mini games we talk about.
And that one not even close as Pollock airmails it. It's 19-16.
It's because they thought in their head that they're making less errors, and then they force you to make a miss.
Vogt heads back to serve. She goes at Pollock. Cheeseman. Free ball coming over. Vogt right there. Tight pass. And that swing hits the up ref in the head. Cordes on the slide. I'm not sure it was an attempted slide. I think she just had to go over there and off the set of Vogt. I think Vogt was a little further back off the court than she realized.
Little miscue, pushed that ball a little bit too far, and the referee got the short end of that one.
Bacchus right there for things, and then Schmidt and Pollock run into each other. The point to Northwest. It's 20-17, and Cordes will head back to serve. Heather with a set for the Jaguars, the old middle set. Pass coming up. Vogt was on the right side. Cordes from the back row. Great dig by Pollock. Now on the outside, Snyder. Snyder swings. Dug up out of there by Janie Lewitz. Now Janie Lewitz on the swing, and it's rejected by Sophie Heather and Cheeseman.
And that's one of the benefits of getting the team out of system. It's so much easier to set up that block on a high ball than it is to try to find something and anticipate where that ball is going to go in system. Centennial did a great job setting that block, putting that ball straight down against Jen Lewitz.
How about Northwest setting from the right side? Cordes on the right side. That's just the athleticism of her to go up and get it from behind the 10-foot line on the outside right side. And another timeout for Northwest as Schmidt gets another kill. 20-19. We'll keep it right here. And it's felt like Northwest has been in control this match, and then you look up and it's 20-19.
Yeah, this set has definitely gone through a lot of peaks and valleys. I think, you see these little runs come off. Northwest goes on a big run offensively with their ball control. Then you see Centennial kind of match that up a little bit. So we talked about really controlling your side, being the most consistent, being able to use your offense and trying to find those spots.
as they come back out of here. And I've never been a part of a timeout in volleyball, Ed. I know what happens in a football timeout, but in a volleyball timeout, what are some of the things being said? Is it more tactical? Is it more mental? What's the discussion?
It could be a little bit of both. Typically you try to find out or try to talk about, what's not working for us, where are these runs coming from, or do we need to better our passing, do we need to better our communication? It's those kind of things they talk about first, and also talk about confidence, right? Like when you let a team run out 4 or 5 points, that can really kill confidence. So with having your 2 seniors, one that's on the court, just reiterating a little bit of that, reminding them, where they came from, that kind of stuff.
And that time, that is a spike there to kill from Vogt at the center position. The Jags immediately then send a free ball back. Opportunity for Ladwig to attack. Jags get a hand on it though. Heather in the middle, slaps it down. And the Jags continue to hang around. Kaylin Reinhart checks in to serve. That time the Jags finally got a hand on one of Ladwig's attacks and allowed it to come back up. Reinhart floats that one at Taylor. Jags on the right side, and that time Ladwig goes straight down. Coming on the outside there. And it's 22-20. Janulevitz heads back to serve once again. She's had some rallies here tonight for Northwest. Jags on the outside. Pollock hammers it down off the block, and Ladwig there for it. Now back row attack. Reinhart dug up by Vogt. Now to the other Vogt on the outside. A little roll shot, trickles over the net. Right side, Schmidt tries to roll it through. There's not a lot of mustard on these attacks right now. Vogt's going to try to change that. It's blocked back by Heather. (22-21), and Miley Butters, who started this comeback for the Jags, is back to serve right now. Again, steady Eddie in the back row is Taylor. A year ago, that would have been a double. That's no longer a rule. This allows it to go. It just looks different still when it comes off that way.
It is, and as a coach, I tell you that reaction is probably going to keep driving coaches crazy this year.
As Ladwig terminated that ball, Taylor back to serve. And a little miscommunication by the Jaguars and an ace serve. And just like that, it's set point for Northwest. And the Jaguars going to take a timeout. Again, we'll keep it right here during the timeout, but it can happen so quick. There's no serve worth more than 1 point in volleyball, yet sometimes you feel like you have a 3-point serve happens just like that.
For sure.
As we look around at some other matches going on tonight, as over in Ankeny, West Des Moines Valley, and they are ranked, I believe, number 7 right now, and Ankeny's ranked number 9, but Ankeny has taken it to them tonight, 25-14, 25-14, and I don't have, let's see, excuse me, 25-13, 25-14. Try to get that Dowling Urbandale score to you here shortly as well, as Taylor back to serve on set point number 1 of the second set. Taylor goes at Reinhart, kept alive there by Pollock. Free ball comes over. Northwest going to be on the attack. They can go anywhere with this. They go to Ladwig, and she hits it long. They say tip. 25-21, Northwest takes the second set in a 2-0 lead. We'll be back with set number 3 in this best of 5 after this on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Employee pricing plus extra DeArmond discounts at DeArmond Ford. New 2024 F-150s with over $20,000 off. Get a new Ford Bronco with $9,000 off plus 3.9% for 72 months. New Bronco Sports on sale for $37,990 plus 3.9% for 72 months. And new Super Duties with $10,000 off. Extra discounts on top of employee pricing. Only at DeArmond Ford, Indianola.
Hi, I'm Chris from Fireplace Superstore. Outdoor furniture season is here and we've got you covered with the best selection in Central Iowa. We're featuring Poly Furniture by Berlin Gardens. Once you've seen the fit, finish, quality, and materials of Berlin Gardens Poly Furniture, it makes everything else look like it was built in somebody's backyard. We also have Iowa's best selection of aluminum, wicker, wrought iron, cushion, and sling. Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homemakers at 109th and Douglas.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with Unleaded 88.
Taking a look at some of our Game 2 stats. Actually, this is cumulative throughout the night, and Logan Vogt had 2 kills, and that one is up to 8 for the night. But Piper Ladwig, after Logan Vogt had 6 kills in the first set, Ladwig had 6 kills in set number 2. So that you can go either way with that, especially with the passing that Northwest has had throughout the night tonight. Avery Vogt with 20 assists, London Taylor with 15 digs so far. With 15 digs here on the night so far. As we look at the Jaguar stats, Bailey Snyder, Sophie Heather, and Tatum Schmidt all with 3 kills for the Jags. Jags hitting just 100 as a team, and that's in very large part to the defense and the blocking prowess of Northwest, but also give a lot of credit to London Taylor in the back row, the libero for Northwest, who has been everywhere that the Jags have tried to attack.
Yeah, you can't really get much when you have a libero that's digging 7.5 digs a set on average.
Megan Cheeseman serving for the Jags here. Taylor finally doesn't put one right where it needs to be. Bailey Snyder blocks it back for the first point. Jags have actually had the first point several times tonight. Dug themselves a very deep hole in set number 2. Made a nice comeback, but Northwest so strong. Cheeseman on the serve again. Vogt right through the middle, and it's blocked back and kept alive. Scrappiness there by Northwest. In the middle, Heather puts it down. Little tempo in the Jags offense right now, and Northwest scrambling a little bit out of system. A lot of reactions back there from Northwest on the defensive side.
Getting those touches, and give credit to Cheeseman right now. Her serve looks fire. Put a lot more pressure.
Then she gets an ace. Yeah, she punches that through the net.
On the Wolves, put some pressure there. Make their offense a little bit more predictable. The blockers are doing a great job of pressing over the net, making sure that ball can't cross over.
Cheeseman on her 3-serve rally. Vogt to Ladwig, dug up by Pollock. It goes over and slapped right back down by Danberg. That reaction time that you have to have in the back row when Ladwig is serving. She is one of the more terminal hitters I've seen here in the state over the last several years. There's a reason a lot of college programs wanted her.
Yeah, and the other thing with Ladwig is her coming off of being a softball player, she's got a little bit of that softball hitch in her still. So it's a little unpredictable where she's going to go.
A little bit of that softball throw.
Exactly.
Early on, I've noticed this, and you may have seen, I don't know how young you go in your club coaching, but early on I see a lot of your softball players are your better servers in volleyball. They've got that strength to get the ball over and have some mustard on it. Yeah, Schmidt goes with a roll shot and gets the point. Yeah, I've seen that at the lower levels, the 4th grade, 5th grade, especially the girls who've been playing softball, just have that extra power and that coordination to serve overhanded, and at that level, you can go on some long serving runs when you can serve overhanded at that age.
We run a lot of youth clinics, and you can tell those girls that are playing softball because those are the ones that you see them hitting the back wall.
Great pass again in the middle. Vogt straight down, but dug up by Leigh Butters. On the outside, Pollock takes a swing, and it's dug up, and Pollock comes right back with a block as it comes right back to her. Swinging with a little confidence on the outside. It's 5-2 Jags to start set number 3. Reinhardt back to serve again. Jags being very aggressive right now. Out of system ball is going to have Taylor very late reacting to where that ball was in the middle. Heather and basically grabs it and throws it down. No call, and the Jags are up 6-2.
And we're seeing that play a lot more even in the college game. I mean, just making sure that the body's behind the ball and the slam dunking it down. I mean, there's no call. It's aggressive.
Outside Ladwig takes a big swing. It's popped up and it stays in. Taylor has to go back and get it. They can go right through the middle again. It's blocked back by Heather. 7-2 Jags. Little slap back and forth there. Vogt going to set it to Ladwig, and she goes straight down over top of everything. No time for reaction on the block as everybody was jumbled up in the middle. And again, she can just do it with no approach. She can just go. I mean, that was just right there and terminates it.
Yep. And it's not very often you see Piper Ladwig go in for more of a 6, which is a quicker set behind the setter.
And immediately, Northwest misses that serve, and the Jags take an 8-3 lead. And that brings Maya Leigh Butters back to serve, who's had a lot of success for the Jaguars back there tonight. Goes at Janulevitz, right side Ladwig, dug up, overpass, and powered down. Danberg once again, or Cordes, excuse me. Cordes and Danberg from up here look like they could be sisters. Probably a little more difference down there on the court. After a lot of years of doing this, I start to look at faces a lot more than numbers. Seen these Northwest girls play for a long time, the Jaguars as well. 8-4 as Pelds back to serve. Outside, a little roll shot there by Pollock, and it's Janulevitz with a dig. Little roll shot there from Vogt. She finally connects on one of those. It's been all power tonight for Vogt so far, and she has to do the little running roll shot to get that to fall. Sid Rogers is checked into the game playing the front row for the Jags. She'll be in the middle blocking. 8-5 is Pelds. Great serve. Rogers has to send it back. Vogt in the middle, and that ball's hit long by Cordes. Kind of got her reaching back behind her, and not much chance there to hit the ball down.
Yep, that free ball pass was set pretty much at the 10-foot line, and what Avery's trying to do there is just get her middle engaged out of system.
Out of system ball is going to have a free ball coming over for the Jaguars. Cheeseman to Schmidt in the middle, and a little non-conventional kill there from Sid Rogers, a player that you're very familiar with.
Oh yes. She's come a long way. I'll be looking for her to really continue to gain some confidence throughout the rest of this season going into club. I think she could be a very big asset, for the remainder of this year and next year.
Nearly an ace, but Taylor gets it up. Jags trying to get the free ball back over, and Rogers comes through again. And what you get when Sydney Rogers comes in the game is a little more margin for error with the length that she's got in the middle.
Yeah, one of the things I've seen in this set more than I've seen the first 2 sets is that the center-hitter connections look a lot better than they did in the first 2 sets.
I think the Jags swinging with a lot more confidence right now as well, and being a lot more aggressive serving. Good look on the outside and going right through to end the rally as Cordes got it to her in rhythm. Gets the opportunity to use the full court. Logan Vogt, who's had some nice serving rallies of her own tonight from the back row. Gets a free ball to come over. And Avery Vogt tries to dump, and it goes into the net. Don't often see a free ball responded back with a free ball, but that's what happened there. Jags have doubled up Northwest here in set number 3. It's 12-6. Ellie Pollock back to serve. Goes at Vogt to her sister and then back to her sister. Back row, Pollock digs it up. And Cheeseman on the attack, can't get it down. Dug up by Vogt again. They continue to go to Vogt in the back row. Going through the middle. Rogers, and it's blocked back by Cordes. 12-7 right now as Cordes heads back to serve. We saw her burst onto the scene as a freshman a year ago. She is explosive. And tough pass into the net there, and an ace serve for her. Cordes back to serve once again. Northwest with a great student section here tonight. Hard serve there from Cordes. Right side, Cheeseman off the block. Tight pass and attacked over, and the free ball comes over and it drops between everybody. There. Nobody there for Northwest. That's going to draw the ire of Coach Vogt. Lily Harmon, who just got called up to varsity yesterday for the Jaguars, comes in to serve. So a lot of different action here in the lineup. Good pass up there and the attack over. Harmon digs it up. Outside Snyder. Snyder, big swing through the block. Dug up by Taylor. Now on the right side, Janie Levitt's blocked back down by Heather. Timeout Northwest. 14-8 Jaguars. Back after this on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Employee Pricing Plus at DeArmond Automotive Knoxville. 2025 Ram 1500s with up to $15,000 off. Incredible offers on the 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee with up to $9,000 off. And new Jeep Wranglers with up to $8,500 off. And save on a new Chevy Silverado 1500 with over $12,000 off. Employee Pricing Plus. Save big now at DeArmond Automotive in Knoxville, Iowa.
Harmon's serve goes long to kill that Jaguar rally, and taking over is Avery Vogt for Northwest. Nice pass up by Snyder through the middle, and Heather has to hang in the air and tip it over. Outside to Ladwig, off the block. Now on the outside to Snyder. Snyder puts it down for the kill. You mentioned it, the Jaguar setters and hitters are connecting much better in this set number 3.
Yeah, putting the pressure that they're putting on the Wolves right now, one, and then two, like just the confidence out there, the way that they're poised and playing, and not letting the mistakes get to them. If they get blocked, they're still going big and swinging, changing things up, keeping the Wolves honest, and that's where they're getting this lead of 5 points right now.
A couple missed serves in a row for the Jaguars. We'll send Jenny Levitz back to serve. Nice play by Bacchus in the back. They're going to slide to Heather, and she tips it over the net. It comes back. And go back to Schmidt, who hits it wide. No touch. And Northwest gets the point. Little move there by Janie Levitz to get out of the way of the ball. 15-11 Jaguars. Float serve. Nice pass by Snyder. And would have been a traveling in basketball. It's live here, and Vogt comes powering through and has it back to a 3-point game, and the Jaguars going to take a timeout. One more for us here as well. 15-12 Jags here on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Employee Pricing Plus at Diamond Automotive Knoxville. 2025 Ram 1500s with up to $15,000 off. Incredible offers on the 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee with up to $9,000 off. And new Jeep Wranglers with up to $8,500 off. And save on a new Chevy Silverado 1500 with over $12,000 off. Employee Pricing Plus. Save big now at Diamond Automotive in Knoxville, Iowa.
Janulevitz back to serve. Goes at Bacchus with a nice pass. Now Schmidt on the outside and blocked right back down. That wall set up by Danberg and Ladwig, about impossible to hit through.
I mean, blocking on both sides of the net right now has been incredible. But you see that middle and those pin blockers getting right set up next to each other and stopping that ball from crossing that net.
Janulevitz kills the rally with a long serve, and it's 16-13 Jaguars. As Reinhardt will come in to serve, Pollock into the front row. Nice pass up by Vogt. Vogt on the outside and puts it across court again. She loves to go cross court. Jags haven't been able to close up the block yet. She works that whole distance. What is that, about 30 feet across the court? Roughly? Something like that.
Something like that.
Just eyeballing it from up here. I think it was 30 feet
30
across court,
30.
60, and then 60 long, right? Something like that. And that serve goes long as well.
Yep, 30 by 30.
That's a big target. You shouldn't have
it
to
is, 900 square feet out there.
Yeah, there's a big target to hit.
Advantage about club is we have a different color court out there, so when we have girls missing serves deep like that, it's, hey, you need the red spot anywhere on the red court.
Teams trade missed serves. No one able to capitalize on this so far, 17-15. Centennial holding on to this little lead right now in set 3. Northwest won set 1, 25-17. They won set 2, 25-21. Jags go in the middle and tip called, and Rogers gets the kill. Sydney Rogers off the bench has been a huge spark for the Jags in set number 3.
She really is. You're not going to see her be a super vocal leader, but she's going to be one of those people that are going to, be a presence for you, getting touches on blocks, giving her team extra opportunities.
Vogt goes straight down. Hung in the air a lot longer than the Jaguar block did. And she'll head back to serve. And she hits it long.
Another error.
Something has happened to this ball on the serve here in set number 3. The missed serves continue to mount up for both teams. As Ellie Pollock heads back to serve for the Jaguars, leading 19-16. See if someone can keep it in. She does. Nice pass up there from Vogt to Vogt. Back row attack, straight down.
Ooh,
someone. She was in front of the 10-foot line.
Yep.
There's a couple lines out there. I saw she was definitely in front of one of them. Does that go down as a hitting error, or how does that get ruled?
That does go down as a hitting error. Yep.
Official all over it. Logan Vogt was definitely above the net.
She definitely was. Definitely was. She probably doesn't have to jump to reach above the net.
Tight pass comes through. Janulevitz. Return to sender Megan Cheeseman.
That's another block for the Jags. They've really done a great job capitalizing on the Wolves' outsides right now. Shutting them down a little bit more.
Quick break, back after this.
Employee Pricing Plus at Diamond Automotive Knoxville. 2025 Ram 1500s with up to $15,000 off. Incredible offers on the 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee with up to $9,000 off. And new Jeep Wranglers with up to $8,500 off. And
Jags up 21-16 as Pollock heads back to serve once again. She's on a nice little run right now. Floats that one right at Cordes. Little roll shot dug up by Snyder. Now on the right side, Cheeseman blocked and kept alive. Somehow kept alive, and Pollock's going to get called for a double.
Unlucky.
Not much, just a reactionary shot.
Right. They did take away the double roll, but not on that third contact, unfortunately.
Cordes back to serve. She's had a couple aces tonight. Jags somehow keep that one alive. Right side, Cordes misses the hit. You don't see that from her very often.
Nope. And that's one thing about her, I think, Coach Vogt has done a good job of keeping her in the back row and keeping her as an option for that D-ball. The posting pressure on from her fellow players who are getting a lot of their kills. So that's just another weapon they got in the back part after she serves.
Harmon back to serve for the Jags. Getting her first varsity action tonight.
Got a system.
Little roll shot there. Harmon digs it up in the back row. In the middle, Heather slaps it through. The ball up in the air for a long time. Dug up by Taylor. She gets things organized for Northwest. Another block, and Heather takes a slap at it. Taylor once again taking control. Harmon with a dig in the back row. Outside attack. Snyder dig in the back row coming up from Vogt. Now Janulevitz still kept alive. Jags very scrappy right now. And into the net. Big applause from everyone in the stadium right now after that point.
Scrappy point. Scrappy point by that back row.
One thing you can appreciate as a coach is obviously a ton of talent on both these teams, but a lot of competitors as well. Avery Vogt on the serve. Nora Bacchus has been a rock in the back row for the Jaguars tonight. Little tip. Comes down, nothing in the net, and Ladwig gets to take a big swing at it with no block.
Haven't heard her name for a while. I think having the Wolves being out of system a little bit more this set, you don't see a whole lot of production from her. Good to see her get another opportunity here late in the third.
Avery Vogt floats one over to Bacchus. In the middle, and a kill from Heather. Jess Reinhardt has toyed around with her lineup a little bit on the Jaguar side from what she's had all season long, and it seems to be working here in set number 3. Cheeseman back to serve. And Vogt just hammers it down. Feels like she's standing on a pedestal when she wants to hit it down.
Yeah, Avery left that ball a little bit low from Ladwig. So there wasn't a whole lot of margin to get that ball through, and she stuck it right where the block wasn't.
Jags, a little roll shot there, falls down from Schmidt. And it's set point number 1 for the Jaguars as Reinhardt comes in to serve. Here in set number 3. Reinhardt floats that one at Taylor. Tough set into the net. Nice dig by Reinhardt in the back row. Cheese tries to push it to the back and goes too wide. Her eyes got very big when she came running up and saw the opening. Now, this rule is now that's changed to rally scoring. Happened, about 25 years ago now? Right around in high school volleyball. That puts a lot of pressure on your serve on a set point. Leigh Butters. Outside Pollock, roll shot there, dug up by Janulevitz. Ladwig through the block and gets the kill. 24-22, set point number 3 for the Jaguars. Taylor back to serve again. Jaguars going to have to attack from the back row. Pollock with a power tip sent back to her, and she pushes it back to the corner. What an effort by Janulevitz. The hang in the air and the kill by Cordes.
Wow. Look at the effort.
Timeout Jaguars. We'll keep it right here. Northwest has been battling with their backs against the wall now for 4 straight set points, and they've got it down to a 1-point match.
It's incredible the amount of defense that you're seeing. Through the whole entire set, you saw a Jags team that just did a complete 180. Very poised, very confident. The momentum shifted to their side for a majority of the set. Now you see a little bit of that coming back from the Wolves as they're coming back from down 5 points late in the 5th or 3rd.
They've got the momentum right now, and these teams have traded comebacks on each other over the years, and right now it's the Wolves trying to finish this one out. Jags, though, with their 5th set point. All behind the serving of London Taylor, and she serves it long on set point. Waukee Northwest just dropped their first set of the year. 2-1 as we head to set 4 after this on the Central Iowa Sports Network.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Employee pricing plus extra DeArmond discounts at DeArmond Ford. New 2024 F-150s with over $20,000 off. Get a new Ford Bronco with $9,000 off plus 3.9% for 72 months. New Bronco Sports on sale for $37,990 plus 3.9% for 72 months. And new Super Duties with $10,000 off. Extra discounts on top of employee pricing. Only at DeArmond Ford, Indianola.
Hi, I'm Chris from Fireplace Superstore. Outdoor furniture season is here, and we've got you covered with the best selection in Central Iowa. We're featuring Poly Furniture by Berlin Gardens. Once you've seen the fit, finish, quality, and materials of Berlin Gardens Poly Furniture, it makes everything else look like it was built in somebody's backyard. We also have Iowa's best selection of aluminum, wicker, wrought iron, cushion, and sling. Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homemakers at 109th and Douglas.
Back at the Den at Waukee Northwest, and crowd starts to clear out because these games start at 7:30. They get really late once you get past 3. But Ed Brogan, we talked about it being a game of momentum in the pregame show tonight, and that has certainly proven to be true.
Absolutely. I mean, you've seen, the first 2 sets, the Jags kind of going up and having their lows a little bit in the passing game, and then moving into some lows in the offensive, and then going into that 3rd set. I mean, right from the first serve, you saw a lot more pressure being put on the passers of the Wolves. You see a lot more confidence with the hitters. You're seeing a lot more better center hitter connections. And you're seeing the Wolves get a little bit more fragile. They're getting dug a lot more, having to swing a lot more, and making a lot more errors.
As we head to set number 4, looking at some of the stats for tonight. Logan Vogt with 12 kills, Ladwig with 13. Avery Vogt has dished out 31 assists. And I saw just through 6 games this year, Avery Vogt had 120 assists. She's on her way to 1,000 assist season. That's incredible.
That's unheard of. That's unheard of.
London Taylor, 18 digs. Cortiso with 3 blocks, all in that third set, making things difficult on the Jags. Tough serve there. Cheeseman goes with a set to Schmidt, covered nicely there by Vogt. Janulewicz into the net. I think the Jags have got the first point of every set so far.
They have. They really have. What I'm noticing a little bit is that anytime that you see a set for the Jags that's maybe not perfectly there, their hitters are making a decision to take Avery out of that setting position so that they can put the Wolves out of system. And that's been seemed to be a lot more successful for them.
Vote with a tip, and that's just dirty. When Logan Vote, who has been putting holes in the ground all night long, comes through with a tip. Filthy. As Daniel Levitz will take the serve. Pollock with a kill as she hammers it down, swinging with some confidence. 2-1, Jaguars in the lead. Leigh Butters back to serve. Might need to dig myself out of Celsius if this one goes much longer. In the middle, slapping across, nice dig by Cheeseman. Pollock tries the power tip, but right there was Ladwig. Out of system ball coming up for Ladwig. Big swing, and Cheeseman gets the dig. Little roll shot there, dug up by Janu Levitz. Little dump covered by Leigh Butters. Cross court, Vote digs it up. Ladwig again. Scrappy point right now. CU comes away with this one. Feels some momentum building right now. Outside Vote puts it down across the court.
Such a great defensive point. Great defensive point. The hitters are doing a great job finding their spots. And you got two really good liberos keeping that ball off the floor. Setters good doing their jobs, getting the ball distributed. Awesome point.
London Taylor back to serve once again. Goes at Reinhardt. Again set to Pollock and blocked by Cordes in the middle. Double block over there on the outside. And life has been very difficult for the Centennial hitters all night long. As London Taylor back to serve once again. Thought that was going over. They've had some friendly rolls on serves tonight, but it knots things up at 3 as Schmidt will head back to serve. Schmidt from the knee, Vote, and blocked back by Sydney Rogers. She, again, has been a huge spark for the Jaguars, who came in set number 3. Rogers and Vote are club teammates. You know them both very well.
Yeah, I think Rogers might have read what Logan was going to do there a little bit, just knowing her tendencies.
In the middle, and Rogers got a hand on it again, but Cordes powers through it. Ties it up at 4 here in set 4. What a battle between two teams who are likely to be ranked 1 and 2 coming up on Thursday. Anna Pelds back to serve. Cheeseman. Pollock tries to push it across the court. Vote's right there in the middle, and with no approach, standing, elevating, getting it down is Cordes.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see where she's at on the kill count. I don't know that I've seen her get a ton of sets in the middle, so I'm looking to see Coach Vote want to utilize her a little bit more in the front row.
That serve goes long. Another missed serve for Northwest. Something they'll want to address. They've got the aces, and they've got some bad passes from the Jaguars, so sometimes you take the good with the bad. As Pollock heads back to serve for the Jags. Nice job by Pelds. They come in the middle, and through the block once again is Cordes, the powerful sophomore. At 5'11", just jumps out of the gym there in the middle.
Yeah, I mean, as one of the younger ones on that side of the court, I mean, she plays like she's a seasoned member of that team.
Logan Vote on the set. Rogers kind of pushes it through, gets the overpass, and out of bounds. Ties it up at 6. You kind of got a feeling in that first set, even though the score was 25-17 Northwest, it was close to a little rally at the end. You kind of had a feeling we might be in for a long night.
Yeah, I think, honestly, knowing the history between these two programs, I don't think I've gone in the last couple of years where it hasn't gone 5.
Cordes not able to stay behind the ball in the middle, and the Jags take another lead here in set number 4. Lily Harmon back to serve once again and serves it long. Tied up at 7 as they'll do the 3-man weave with Rogers to come in and then Leigh Butters to take her spot. Cordes goes back to serve, and she becomes another weapon in the back row for Coach Jody Vogt. Snyder goes at Pelds. Now on the outside, Janulewicz blocked, and a little pinball pushed back deep and covered by Bacchus. In the middle, Jags, and it's Heather through the block. Sophie Heather as well has started to elevate things here as the night has gone on. Jags up 8-7. Cheeseman back to serve. Pelds on the slide, and the try it with the tip, couldn't quite get it down. Now Schmidt with a big swing off the block. Couldn't quite get it to Danberg on that slide, not the power that she'd like to have behind it. And Cheeseman.
You see Butters coming through and keeping that ball in play, and not only just keeping it in play, but like it went right to target, giving that offense another opportunity to take a big swing, earning that point.
The reverse dump kept alive. Heather goes to the left hand, but Taylor keeps it alive. Now on the outside, Janulewicz on the tip. Both teams starting to tip a little bit more, having a lot of respect for the block until Schmidt tries to power that one through. Taylor, though, back row Vogt, and she puts it on the line. Cross court once again. Loves working to her right side. Ladwig into the front row.
Give Avery Vogt a little bit of credit on that one. You know, they were out of system, and she pushed it back. Logan would have to make sure that she's talking to her to know that, because typically that pipe ball or that bick is run through right through the middle of the court with Avery being on the run.
Bailey Snyder into the block of Danberg, and it's tied up at 9. Vogt back to serve. Avery Vogt, that is. And they go at Snyder and get the ace. They very much target your outside hitters. They've been doing that all night long on the serves. Trying to take at least 1/3 of the hitters out of that front row. Float there at Bacchus. And Schmidt hammers that one down to tie it up at 10. Seeing some fun volleyball, Ed Brogan.
Yes, these third and fourth sets have been exactly what I was expecting all night. Just a back and forth battle. Watching the momentum shifts happen. Teams regaining their composures and fighting through.
Out of system ball to Ladwig. Doesn't matter for her. That set can come from anywhere. Uses all of her 6'3" frame to put it 4 rows deep into the bleachers.
I mean, that block was set great. There's not much you can do on that one.
Janulewicz on the serve. Reinhardt from the back row. Dug up by Janulewicz. They go in the middle, and the little dead ball hit from Danberg.
Little miss hit. Swipe right underneath that ball.
Northwest has taken their biggest lead of the fourth set at 12-10. Janulewicz continues to hold serve. There's a good pass. Going to send it out to Pollock on the outside. Off the block and gets the kill. No, they keep it alive. No, they say it was down.
You don't see no complaints from Vogt on that one.
No, I think it took the official, the line judge down here, immediately pointed to the ground that it was down. Through the middle they go. Danberg just didn't even have to jump and had a lot of power behind that kill.
And Danberg's one of those kids, I don't think that she plays any football, so she's not playing year-round. This is just the only time she's ever really practicing, so look forward to seeing her continue to improve throughout the season also as she's getting more reps.
You see that with Dowling and Ellie Muller as well. It's just the beginning of the season. She's a basketball player, a future D1 basketball player, but it's, you know, one of those players that she's raw on the volleyball court, but man, could she be disruptive, and when she gets that ball in rhythm, look out. 13-12 Northwest, but Schmidt to serve for Centennial. Vogt to Vogt to Vogt. Little roll shot.
Little tight.
Taylor right there for everything again in the middle and through the block once again is Cordes.
I think that's her 4th kill already.
It feels the 4th or 5th
Fourth
even
or fifth,
maybe.
yep.
As coming in to serve is Anna Peltz. 14-12 Northwest. Centennial 2-1 in game so far. Jags trying to add to this one to take this one the distance tonight as Peltz. Tough serve. Pollock unsure of herself if she wanted to go after it or not, and Peltz continues to work that corner. It's 15-12 Northwest. Take a quick break and be back right after this.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade. With
Coming in out of the timeout, it's Megan Cheeseman that gets the kill for Centennial.
You know, that cross pattern that they've been running with Cheeseman and Tatum coming back into the middle and hitting that 2 ball has been very successful for them. I don't think that I think they're probably hitting maybe 900 to 1,000 on that run alone.
They go to Vogt on the right side and she powers it through the block. Long serve there by Vogt. Actually ended up being a lot closer
I thought it was
than it looked like it was going to be.
Line. Yep, it looked like it was going to drop right out.
Lily Harmon in to serve for the Jags. (16-14) Northwest in the lead here in set 4. Nice pass, good set, and through the block is Cordes. Exactly like you draw it up for Coach Jody Vogt and the Wolves. Northwest just kind of playing around with this 2 to 3 point lead here all the way through in set 4.
We've seen the Jaguars come back and get those points back though, so we don't want to.
Cheeseman gets one down. That all started with a great pass up from Nora Bacchus in the back row. Another one of those multi-sport athletes. She's a runner-up in state wrestling. Another sport that you don't see a whole lot. She plays a very limited club season.
And that's what, wrestling's what, 2 years in?
Yes. Back row attack, Vogt through the block. So much power behind it. And now Ladwig back into the front row. Avery Vogt back to serve. The setter will now set from the back row. Slide move to Heather. And great effort to be kept alive there by Taylor. Free ball coming back over. But Schmidt goes cross court and puts it down. But what an effort by the Wolves on the defensive end.
Yeah, great job by both sides.
Reinhardt will come in to serve, but kept alive by Vogt in the back row. Taylor got it going. Danberg sent it back over, but Jaguars took advantage of Northwest being out of position. Reinhardt's serve goes right at Vogt. She's done a nice job there tonight. Reinhardt gets the dig in the back row. Free ball, though, coming back over for Northwest, and once again a free ball drops. Several issues with that tonight for Northwest.
I mean, that's so smart. That's so smart. You've got the setter that's in the back row coming up to get in position to go set the ball and trying to force that right side to play up that ball. That's what we call in club in our plays Ohio State. It's our Ohio State drill. Put that ball into T-zone.
Ladwig pulls that one wide, and we're tied at 18 in set 4.
Just like that.
Why would it go any differently when Northwest and Centennial play each other?
Oh.
Reinhardt's got some aggressive serves right now. Miscommunication there. Ball up at the net. Joust at the net. And dug up there by Janulevitz. Back row attack. Vogt hits it long, and the Jags have taken the lead. Timeout Northwest. We'll take one as well and be back right after this.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Reinhardt back to serve once again. The Jags have taken the lead here in set 4 at 19-18. Janulewicz pushed up by Pollock. Now Schmidt dug up by Vogt. Out of system ball. They're going to go to Ladwig. Off the block. Reinhardt digs it up. In the middle, Heather down off the block, and Taylor again keeps it alive. Back row attack for Vogt, and she hits it long again. Boy, you have felt the momentum shift to the left side of the court.
Absolutely. Jaguars doing a good job of keeping the ball in play. Not even on the defensive side and getting digs, but they're keeping the ball in play on offense as well. They're making a lot less errors than what the Wolves are right now.
Little dump covered by Leigh Butters. Jags go in the middle. Heather with a kill. Jags moving things around much quicker offensively. Reinhardt's been on a really nice rally, 21-18. Bad pass and ace serve for Kalen Reinhardt, and the Jags have taken a 4-point lead. Number 4 Centennial, number 1 Waukee Northwest. These two teams played several times to as long as they could go, whether it be 3 in a tournament or 5 during the regular season over the years. Taylor, the nice pass up to Vogt. Big attack for Danberg, blocked by the Jaguars. Gonna go to the right side. Schmidt goes wide. It's in! Whoa! The official, the up ref, overruled it, called it out. The line judge called it in. The up ref said, "My call," and he called it out of bounds. I think that was the right call.
I think so too. I mean, I'm on the opposite side of the court, but from the height and where it landed, I'm not surprised.
So Janulevitz back to serve. 22-19 Jags in set 4. Float serve goes at Pollock. Leigh Butters back to Pollock. Dug up by Vogt. In the middle, Vogt blocked back, and Vogt can't get it back up. Sophie Heather in the middle has been a force. 23-19. And another timeout for Northwest. We'll take one more and be back.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The impact.
Maya Leigh Butters back to serve at 23-19 Jaguars. Goes at Taylor. Great pass from Taylor. They go to Ladwig, who mishits it. And we've got the first set point of number 4.
Such a huge shift late in this set.
Northwest is going to have to regroup. They've made some uncharacteristic errors here in the 4th set. Taylor, another dart that she drops And a big kill right through the middle by Ladwig.
Right, and like you said earlier, the Wolves haven't dropped any sets until tonight so far on the season. You know, this is new territory for them. How are they going to respond if they drop this set?
Set point number 2, and once again it's Taylor serving on set point. Pressure's on London Taylor. She's handled it well all night. Goes at Reinhardt. Great pass up. Jags on the right side, and Schmidt blocked. Going to go in the middle, and big swing and put down there by Avery Cordes. Set point number 3 with Taylor serving. Let's go Wolves, echoing out from the student section here in the den. Taylor, great serve. Wow.
Dropped.
On a set point, what an aggressive serve. Drops it in. 24-22, and once again behind the serving in crunch time from London Taylor. Northwest is calling back into this one. What a shift we've had in momentum throughout the course of the night, and now we'll see how the Jaguars, who with nothing to lose in set 3, really I thought played loose and started to connect and hit the ball well, now with a chance to get in to win this thing here in set 4, see if they tighten up or see if they continue to play loose.
Yeah, you can definitely tell in the third set that they started to play without any nerves, so everything kind of settled.
So Taylor comes back out to serve. They've got Vogt, Janulevitz, and Vogt, and Cordes, and Ladwig on the Northwest side. Cheeseman, Rogers, Schmidt, Reinhardt, Pollock, and Leigh Butters as they go at Reinhardt. On the right side, Schmidt gets it down, and what else? We are going to set number 5 here on the Northwest side of Waukee, here on the Central Iowa Sports Network. Back after this with a race to 15.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand, custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Bring that whole thing up.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table. Record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Employee pricing plus extra DeArmond discounts at DeArmond Ford. New 2024 F-150s with over $20,000 off. Get a new Ford Bronco with $9,000 off plus 3.9% for 72 months. New Bronco Sports on sale for $37,990 plus 3.9% for 72 months. And new Super Duties with $10,000 off. Extra discounts on top of employee pricing. Only at DeArmond Ford, Indianola.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
It is a race to 15 here in set number 5. It always happens when the Jags and the Wolves play each other. Doesn't matter the setting. Cheeseman to serve, big swing, Ladwig through the block, and the first point of set number 5 goes to Northwest.
And these 15 points, they will go quick.
They will go very quick.
There is no margin for error going that quick.
As back to serve is Janulevitz. Goes at Leigh Butters, who has improved a bunch throughout the course of the night. Middle to Schmidt, and the ball gets tipped back. Out of system ball. Down ball nearly drops for Vogt. Jags a little bit out of system now too. Right side Vogt goes across the court off the block. And a 2-0 lead in a race to 15 feels like a lot.
I mean, we've seen a lot of that with momentum shifts the last 2 sets going up and down, and both teams erasing deficits, but got to get a stop here.
Jags going to go on the outside. Actually, a free ball coming over from Snyder. Nearly gets it to drop. Right side, and Ladwig puts another hole in this Northwest volleyball court and gives Northwest a 3-0 lead here in set 5.
I mean, not an ideal situation, but if you're going to be down 3, have it at the very beginning.
This is the time, right?
Right, exactly.
Janulevitz back to serve once again, floats that one over. Jags going to go in the middle, and Schmidt gets blocked back in by Vogt. I think Coach Jess Reinhardt's going to want a timeout. We'll take one as well. Great volleyball going on here on the northwest side of Waukee.
Employee Pricing Plus at DeArmond Automotive Knoxville. 2025 Ram 1500s with up to $15,000 off. Incredible offers on the 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee with up to $9,000 off. And new Jeep Wranglers with up to $8,500
Off the serve here, Northwest on the attack. Again, they go to Ladwig. She tips it, and Leigh Butters is there for it. More free balls coming over from the Jaguars. Right side, and Pollock gets the dig, and it's sent over. Go in the middle. They go to all their weapons. Northwest using everybody right now. Snyder dead hands it over. Trouble getting up for Logan Vogt, but everybody's getting in on the action right now. Jags through the middle, covered up by Taylor. Outside Vogt goes long, wide, excuse me. Man, that point wouldn't end. What a battle.
Both sides showing their defensive prowess, that's for sure. You get into those long rallies, it's really easy to get tired towards the end of them.
Vogt goes line this time, changes things up a little bit. Makes it 5-1 Northwest, and that'll send Taylor back to serve, who I feel like never is one and done. Great serve.
Great pass.
Ball comes back over off the block. Jags going to go to the right side. Schmidt off the chest of Janulevitz, keeps it alive and out of bounds. 5-2. Tatum Schmidt has really, this senior year, developed into an all-around volleyball player for Coach Jess Reinhardt and the Centennial Jaguars.
I mean, she just looks, you can just look at her and just see the athleticism there.
Leigh Butters' serve goes wide. And now Avery Vogt back into the front row for Northwest, makes her a threat to dump the ball once again. Peld's back to serve. Jags going to go to Schmidt off the block, getting a lot of hands on things. And there's that dump from Vogt. Little reverse tip.
And Leigh Butters read it, just couldn't get a good contact on it.
Northwest Always a race to 8 in set 3, and they're at 7 right now with Pelds back to serve again. In the middle, Rogers puts one down. Again, Sid Rogers.
I mean, you can just see Sydney Rogers is just booming with a lot more confidence as she's coming late into this match, and really has been an effective weapon for them.
Schmidt back to serve, 7-3 Northwest. Gets the ace. Schmidt back to serve once again. Nice pass up by Pelds. And they get it in rhythm right through the middle to Cordes. And Northwest has the Jaguars doubled up at 8-4 here in set 5. Northwest won the first 2 sets tonight. The Jags stormed back and won the second 2, and that brings us to the decider here. Schmidt in the middle. Rogers. Little miss hit, but it's just as effective.
It's another one. Always tell the girls it doesn't have to go down hard 100% of the time. It hits the floor, it counts the same.
Pollock back to serve for the Jaguars. Tight to the net, and again, Avery Vogt. She can cover any mistake on a pass when she's in the front row.
She sure can, and she's done a great job of those tight balls, really pulling up that middle set as well. So she's shown that she can do it both ways.
Cordes back to serve. Hard serve at Schneider, who handles it well.
Pass.
The Jags going to try a dump, can't get it to fall. Big swing, Leigh Butters digs it up. Schneider, nice dig by Cordes in the back row. Now Janie Levitz tries to keep it alive, but a miss hit on the second one. Jags hanging around at 9-6. Lily Harmon back in to serve. Pelds, the slide, and wide. Danberg tried to go line with the slide and was a little bit behind it. 9-7. Little dump there, and everybody was there for the Jags, but Heather went back. They tell the middles a lot, don't reach behind you. That's why, right there. Again, awareness by Vogt.
Heather tells her team that I'm sorry.
It's instinctive. You see it right there.
It is.
Vogt, the very short serve, and that's an ace for Avery Vogt. Waukee Northwest taking control here in set 5. But what a match we've had between the number 1 and the number 4 teams in Class 5A.
And this is what we've seen all night. We've seen a 5-point lead go to a 2-point lead, back to a 4-point lead. And now a miss serve.
Miss serve, 11-8. Last year, the Jaguars trailed Northwest in the 5th set, 14-8, and came back and won. A lot of players, key players in that are not here tonight. And
I remember that.
I guarantee you Northwest remembers that. As Cheeseman gets the ace.
And here we are, back at 2 points. Back at 2 points.
Again, I've said it all night. Why wouldn't it be like this? Back and forth. Cheeseman to serve once again. She's had a few of those tonight off the net. Must be the top spin. Good hard serve there once again. Good pass up. They go in the middle and hitting it through the block. Janie Levitz, we haven't seen her a whole lot attacking tonight. Nope. She comes through there big time for the Northwest Wolves.
Yeah, but the Centennial block has been pretty good about shutting her down and keeping her quiet.
She goes back to serve now. Bacchus has been really good in the back row for the Jags. Heather with a kill. Sophie Heather into double digits for the Jaguars tonight. Kaylin Reinhart comes in to serve. Nice pass there by Logan Vogt. Tip by Ladwig. Jags going to go on the outside. Pollock. Blocked down by Danberg. Jess Reinhardt wants a timeout. We'll take a quick one, too, and be back right after this. Oh, actually, yes, she does want timeout. Yes, we will take a timeout.
Employee Pricing Plus at the Yarmouth Automotive Knoxville. 2025 Ram 1500s with up to $15,000 off. Incredible offers on the 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee with up to $9,000 off. And new Jeep Wranglers with up to $8,500 off. And save on a new Chevy Silverado 1500 with over $12,000 off. Employee Pricing Plus. Save big now at the Yarmouth Automotive in Knoxville, Iowa.
Final countdown ringing out over the PA system here at Waukee Northwest High School with 2 points remaining here in set number 5, a fitting tune as London Taylor goes back to serve, and she serves it long. Well then, Maya Butters back to serve. I just sit up here and smile knowing what these teams have done over the years. And Piper Ladwig is blocked back by Pollock. 13-12.
Here we go again. I mean, that's the first block that Ladwig had on her.
Yeah, Ladwig's been unmolested over there on the right side tonight. Jags finally get one in a key time. We'll keep it right here as Coach Jody Vogt wants a timeout. The momentum, again, just back and forth. It was 7-2 in this one with Northwest in the lead.
It really has. I mean, and it's really just margin of errors right now. I mean, you come out of a timeout, miss serve. You got someone that sets up a block and gets an extra point. I mean, it's all the little things matter, especially deep in this fifth set.
Jaguars in a good part of their lineup right now with Maya Butters serving. They've had some nice rallies tonight. Wolves out there with the 2 Vogt sisters, Piper Ladwig, London Taylor, Leah Janulevitz. I've screwed that up all night, apologize. And Avery Cordes. Maya Butters back to serve for the Jags at 13-12. Into the net. Both teams have missed serves out of timeouts. Anna Peltz will come in to serve the first match point of the night. Goes at Reinhardt on the right side. Schmidt puts it down.
That's fitting. And I love that set choice, because Sydney Rogers has been doing a great job out of the middle, getting a lot of points for them these last couple of sets. But that middle has already camped over on her and left Tatum Schmidt with a one-on-one on the right side.
Schmidt, a great pass from Cordes. They go to the right side, and it's out of bounds. 14-0. Can you believe it?
Tied.
What these teams have done over the years is absolutely incredible. 2 of the newest programs in the state of Iowa. And they're at the top of the volleyball world in the state. Schmidt back to serve. Great pass by Taylor. Through the right side. Blocked back and out of bounds. Another set point, match point, the second of the night for Northwest.
And again, I love that set choice too, because you've got Logan Vogt, who's probably one of the top 2 players in the state of Iowa, especially in their class, and she chooses set sophomore.
A state championship type atmosphere here tonight as Vogt goes at Leigh Butters. Jags setting on the right side. Pollock, little roll shot dug up by Taylor. Look out, big swing by Cordes. And that ends it for Waukee Northwest, 16-14 in set number 5. between what will have to be the number 1 and the number 2 team in the state of Iowa come Thursday night. What a match we've had here tonight, Ed. I invited you to come along here tonight to bring a little more Northwest slant. Don't even think we needed it. What volleyball we saw.
It was fantastic. I mean, you saw 2 teams that were fighting. Now you have one team who has a 100% lineup coming back from a state championship run last year. And then you've got another team in the Jaguars who lost 2 really heavy-duty pins. And they came out and took the number 1 team to 5 sets.
As far as you could possibly go, 16-14 in set 5. Not the last you have heard of Northwest and Centennial playing each other here in 2025. I want to thank everybody for staying up late with us here tonight. It's past my bedtime. We're going to go home, but Jags dropped to 6-2 on the season. Northwest improves to 7-0. Both losses for the Jags are to Northwest. Doesn't get any better in high school volleyball than what we had here tonight. I hope everybody sleeps well. Travel home safely if you're a Jaguar fan, and we will see you next time here on the Central Iowa Sports Network.